I was super excited to get this package from Rivian. I knew exactly what was inside it. It is my NACS adapter, so I can use the Tesla Superchargers. So let's open it up and take a look. Okay. A little bit of packaging, and then you get the adapter wrapped in a plastic bag. And here it is. There's the NACS side of it, and there's the CCS side that plugs into the car. Looks like this is a metal catch and button on it, which is kind of nice. There's no branding on it. It doesn't say Rivian or Tesla anywhere on it, but it has a little label there that tells you NACS DC adapter and a serial number. So I actually got this about 5 weeks ago, but I haven't had a chance to actually use it yet. But I know they're shipping out another batch of adapters that people will be receiving this week. So I thought it was worth trying it out and seeing if I can be helpful to anyone. While we're driving down to the chargers, let's talk about the adapters a little bit. So Rivian sent me the official adapter, but there are lots of third-party ones out there if you're still waiting for yours. I know they're sending them out in batches occasionally, but some people are having to wait a while to get theirs. I almost bought the A to Z one before I got my Rivian one. It looked like the best of the ones out there, but there are a few other ones out for around 200 bucks. That look reasonably well made. Go with a name that is known and don't buy the cheapest one off of Amazon with some silly brand you've never heard of. Here I am at the Superchargers in Saco, Maine. I'm actually gonna pull in here to this parking spot that's actually to the right of the last Supercharger here. You can see they are set up for Teslas that have their charge port on the driver's rear of the car, and the Rivian has it on the driver's front of the car. So the Superchargers are set up the wrong way around to charge a Rivian and many other vehicles. So when you pull into Superchargers, if there's an extra spot to the very right of the Superchargers, that's the place you can pull in and charge and not block another charger. If you have to go in one of the ones in the middle or on the left hand side, you'll end up blocking two chargers while you only use one. The charger I'm using now would typically be used by a Tesla in this parking space. So if I parked in this one and used that charger, I'd be blocking that one. So that's why I'm parked over to this right-hand side here, and I'm not blocking anyone else from using any of the other chargers here. Okay, so the first thing you're supposed to do is attach the adapter to the NACS side. Good click, and then that can plug right in here. And it should be just plug and charge. The Rivian should recognize the charger and just start charging and charge your Rivian account. The interesting thing I notice about the Superchargers, unlike most other chargers, there's no display on it anywhere. So you have to get all your information from inside the car and not from the charger itself. So this is a version 3 Supercharger, and you can see it's rated at 500 volts and 350 amps. So let's take a look inside and in the car and see what that translates to. Okay, so let's take a look in here. It is charging. I rolled in here with just 1% in the battery, and I didn't have a backup plan, so thank goodness it's working. I was a little crazy rolling in with 1% in the battery at a charger with an adapter I've never used before, but I had faith it would work. So at the moment we're pulling just a smidge over 200 kilowatts, which is pretty good. I have seen 218 is the most I've seen this car do, and usually when it's lower in the pack, like this was when I plugged in, but it didn't quite reach those top speeds, but it's holding pretty well. So with the third-party adapters, if you haven't got your Rivian one yet, and you're using something else, what Rivian say about that on their website is only Rivian provided NACS DC adapters are authorized for use on Tesla's Supercharger network. Use of unapproved adapters can result in damage to your vehicle. Any damage caused by use of a third-party adapter is not covered under warranty. So they're not telling you that you can't use one, but if something goes wrong, you're not going to be covered. So that's kind of a judgment call that most people can make. I was pretty comfortable buying something from A to Z. I just didn't actually, I put it in my cart and didn't actually buy it because then I saw my Rivian one was arriving. Having the use of these Tesla Superchargers is awesome for filling in a lot of holes in the charging network around, especially if you head further north into Maine. It's not all the Superchargers, but your navigation in your car and in your app will show you which ones are open and which ones you need an adapter for. There is also a thing called a magic dock, which I have not tried out yet, but I am hoping to do charge on one soon. And what that is basically an adapter built in to the supercharger. So you can either remove the NACS port and plug that in, or you can press a different button and remove the adapter with it and plug it into a CSS car like the Rivian or a Ford, and soon lots of other cars will open up and be able to use the supercharger too. Okay, so I've put about 50 kilowatts in this so far. It's been charging for a while. This all feels warm, but not hot yet, so that's pretty good. And it's a pretty warm day out today. And back inside the car, and you can see it says charging limited by charging station. So the vehicle is asking for more, but the charger is actually reducing that. So it's doing 152 kilowatts at the moment. Still pretty respectable. Okay, I'm ready to unplug this now. So same thing, just the other way around. We unplug it from the car first and then remove the NACS port from the adapter. So I'll press the little button, it'll stop charging. I can remove this. Okay, so I just pulled this out of the car by pressing this little button here. It lifts this latch, and then you can remove it from the car. And then to remove the adapter from the Tesla Supercharger connector, you have to lift this little switch down here, and then it slides out and you're free. If you have any questions or comments, leave those down below. If you found this video useful, don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss my next one.